Greetings. This is Peter Nathan here with a webcast for tomorrow's world. Exhaustion, stress, burnout are common features of our fast-paced Western culture. Pico Iyer, in his latest book, The Art of Stillness, Adventures in Going Nowhere, written to complement his TED lecture given in November 2014, addresses these concerns. In his introduction, he laments, and I quote, "With machines coming to seem part of our nervous systems, while increasing their speed every season, we've lost our Sundays, our weekends, our nights off, our holy days, as some would have it. Our bosses, junk mailers, our parents can find us wherever we are at any time of day or night. More and more of us feel like emergency room physicians, permanently on call, required to heal ourselves but unable to find the prescription for all the clutter on our desk." End quote. Pico's not the only person to address this aspect of our overworked society. Pico claims no religious interest in the subject, although he uses religious imagery to convey his point, but two other commentators do. Pope Francis I was reported by Yahoo News to have weighed in on the need for a day of rest when in July of this year he visited an impoverished area of southern Italy, plagued by rampant unemployment. To Francis, the operation of commerce 7 days a week as a means of combating unemployment was a false economy, because humanity needs a day of rest. To Francis, society needs an emphasis on human relationships, family and friends, which a day of rest can provide and nurture, rather than the constant treadmill of business. Also addressing the need for human rest is a Lutheran pastor from Illinois, Benjamin Duholm. He cites the example of a young woman who worked 3 part-time jobs to try and earn a survivable income, yet who died of carbon monoxide poisoning while napping between jobs in her car. To Duholm, this young lady was, quote, "one of the 7.5 million American workers cobbling together a living from part-time jobs." End quote. Jobs may be scarce, but the need for rest is even more so. He argues of a real need for human rest, and not just a time to take for entertainment or diversion. Real rest and rejuvenation. And this is not just an American issue. The genesis of Duholm's concern was an article written on the subject about the Canadian need for rest. To help make his point, Duholm addresses a book written by Walter Brueggemann, a noted biblical scholar who this year published a book called Sabbath as Resistance, in which he set out to show how different the basis of his perceived Christian economic ethic, as understood from the pages of the Bible, differed from the, quote, "unceasing economic demands of other ideologies," close quote. Duholm also noted a recent Christianity Today article on this same topic. All three writers address a vital need of humanity. Yet the pontiff and the pastor too easily or quickly overlook one of the most basic elements of the human story. A day of rest has existed for humanity since the beginning of human life. A day of rest was made for humanity as the very next step in the creative process recorded in Genesis and largely overlooked ever since. To use or misuse Shakespeare's view, This day has been, quote, more honored in the breach than the observance, end quote. Can we take steps to avoid the exhaustion and stress that seem part of our society? Consider then the relevance of the Sabbath to your life. At Tomorrow's World, we wish to challenge people to consider the biblical example as a solution to the problems we face. We include many articles on the place of the Sabbath in our lives, even in the fast-paced 21st century. We also publish this free booklet that is yours for the asking. Which day is the Christian Sabbath? Write for our free booklet today. You'll be surprised at the contents. Thanks again for watching. For more information, video, and material on biblical and news topics, please visit us on Facebook or at tomorrowsworld.org.